Hit him with the shoulder. Ooh, ooh. Hello and welcome back to my channel. If not back, then just welcome. If it is your first time here, I would love it if you would click on the subscribe button and join me on my YouTube journey. This is going to be a video on my least favorite Colourpop products. Disclaimer. This is not a bashing video. This is not about me talking about how much Colourpop sucks or anything like that.
Battery low.
I thought I turned this off. It simply means that I don't like these. I think the real reason why I wanted to do this video is because I do definitely get caught up in the consumerism that is so prevalent on YouTube. I see something and I get mad FOMO and I just feel like I have to go out and buy it before it no longer exists. A couple of these purchases were because of FOMO and then I got them and I regret them. And I just wanted to show that sometimes that desire that propels us forward, that causes us to spend our money, is sometimes a bust, is sometimes a waste. So I try to be a lot more mindful and a lot more conscientious about the makeup that I purchase, about the brands that I purchase from, about the companies that I'm supporting, about who I'm giving my money to, because my money is a manifestation of the energy that I have put out into this world. And so I want to make sure that I am putting that energy back into things that I believe in. I think I'm actually going to put that at the beginning of the video, so it's going to be like a weird cut of like no makeup, makeup, no makeup. If you find the performance of these products in this video to be subpar, maybe you won't waste your money like I did. The first thing on this list is the Dream Street palette. It's the first eyeshadow palette collaboration with Kathleen Lights. I bought this palette when the Zodiac palette came out because it came in a bundle set. This is one of those palettes that looked so pretty online, but then I got it and it was just very lackluster. I feel like the way this palette got me was because there's that bright red in there, there's that metallic blue. I got pulled in by the pops of color. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take the Shooting Star shade and I'm going to put that in my crease, putting this all along my hood. Next, I'm going to take the shade Potion here, and I'm going to put that a little bit lower, closer to my actual crease. The shadows in here aren't bad. They're just so like uninspiring, I guess. I feel like when this palette came out, every single palette in the whole entire world had a shade like this burnt orangey terracotta-y kind of shade, and those pops of teal in there made everything feel like so brand new and so original. But truth be told, this is really just like a warm tone palette with a couple of blues in it. Now on an even smaller brush, I'm taking Elfish to really start punching things up. I really don't know what shape I'm going for. Right now I just kind of started putting eyeshadow on. I think maybe I'm gonna go for like a halo situation. These are like peak fall colors right now. Quick pointer, if you have hooded eyes, try to do as much of your shadow work with your eye open as possible. Because when I do like this, close my eye, obviously so much more of my shadow work is visible. But then when I open my eye, you can't see all of that. So if I were to close my eye and really concentrate on like doing traditional crease work, by the time I open my eye, all that work is lost. So I do most of my shadow application with my eye open and then most of my blending with my eye closed. Because truth be told, I probably shouldn't have put it on my lash line just because that takes up so much of my like eye space. But I mean, here we are now. What are you gonna do? I also have like very like, they aren't wrinkles. It's like a Sharpay. Like my eyelids are like Sharpays. So there's like a lot of folds that also go into my hood. Yeah, this looks much better than what I did on the other side. I was tripping. I don't know what I was doing. But too hard, too fast on this eye. Am I really gonna be out here in this world with mixed match eyes? Yes, yes I am. But it's fine. I'm simply going to work. I did put it on my lash line just so that I wasn't looking like too uneven. Moving on to the halo portion of this eye look, I'm going to switch over to the Supernova Shadow. I wish I loved the formula of this because I love the shade so much. This one is called Dragon, and it's this beautiful orange copper shade with teal reflect in it. And I don't know that it's going to pick up on camera really, but this is what it looks like. It's super wet and metallic looking, and then there's like a lone speck of glitter out here on the edge of the universe. It just has such a beautiful, beautiful payoff. But on my eyelids, I have very oily eyelids, they lift. And also, I find that you can't really layer. Like, you put down the one layer, you're like, ooh, this is so impactful, let me take it up a notch. And then you go to try to take it up a notch and you can't, because it just lifts into nothingness and you're just taking the shadow off of your eye. So I'm gonna put that in the center of my lid now. Also, the sharpness of my eyelids do not get along well with this particular formula. I think it's because it's so thick. This is the thickest liquid eyeshadow I've ever used. Most of them that I've tried, they kind of sheer out very well. This doesn't sheer out very well. It just goes real patchy. I probably chose the wrong brush for this because this is like way messy even for me. The first layer has dried down. So now I'm going to try to go over top of it, see if I can really increase the wetness factor. With the brush, it does seem to be doing better of not picking up the parts that have already dried down, which I noticed that with another liquid shadow that I used recently. So maybe the key to, if you're having a problem with the liquid shadow, is try it with a brush and not with a doe foot. Okay, yeah. I just feel like as nice as that color is, it just makes my eyelid look so much older than it necessarily needs to. It finds every line and every fold of my eyelid and settles into it. And it's not a good look. Only 28, dagnabbit, and I can't get it to look more smooth. Like, this just feels like paint on my eyelids. That's what it is. I feel like I took acrylic paint and put it on my eyelid. Okay, I'm gonna try to attempt to clean this up somehow. Pray for me, y'all. Wow, this is so ugly. I mean, half of it is my fault because I don't know how to cut my crease. So I like really overshot my abilities here. But on the other hand, normally when I go too high with something metallic, I'm able to blend it out with the matte shadow that I had before. But this Supernova shadow is just kind of flaking off. On this side here, there's a giant hole in the shadow right there from it cracking. I mean, I'm hoping once I put mascara on, it will look a little bit salvaged. Wow, this is so bad. This is the best that I could do. This is the most that I could do to salvage it. So I'm going to put some mascara on and hopefully this will look better. This will come as a shocker to perhaps no one, but this still looks awful. So I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna do my face. Some of the products that I will be using will be Colourpop, but they have been included in my favorite video. So I don't want to mention them here and give them a bad name. I'll be back. All right, I am back. My eyeshadow may be flaking off, but my skin is popping right now. You know what I'm saying? Now for my lips. Oh Lord. I am so over liquid lipsticks. Done. Finito. Finished. No more. No más. I'm too old. Too old for liquid lipsticks. Their ultra matte lipstick is my least favorite. The reason why I chose this one is because it is my favorite color of the ultra matte lipsticks that I have. But I just don't like this formula at all. It has that really thin, powdery sort of feel that dries out your lips and makes them flake. I'm also gonna go in with a lip liner just because I feel like this color can look a little garish on me if I don't go in with a lip liner first. I love their lip liners, so that's not part of the least favorites video. This lip shade is in the shade Mama. It's like a really pretty burnt orange color, so it goes perfect with these flaking off copper eyes. I'm gonna try to put this on in as thin of a layer as I can, simply because this is my makeup for the day and I don't want my face to dry out. So putting it in on top of moisturized lips in a thin layer gives it more of a stain effect. So this is not the ultimate opacity that I could get from this lipstick, but using this formula, this is how I like to use it because it's the most comfortable for me throughout the day. And this is it. This is the final look. From afar, it doesn't look horrible. In the comments down below, tell me about a makeup purchase that you regret. As always, thank you so very much for watching. Thank you for listening to me, even though I sound the way that I sound right now. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Till next time, bye folks.